just want to give Coach Pastor a lot of credit. He's got a shorthanded team, you can tell, and I know Lammers got hurt a little bit at the end of that last game before they played us. He's just doing a really good job changing defenses and keeping people, I think, just kind of off base. It was tough on our young team. I could tell that we struggled with the changing of the defenses. We tried to simplify it for them, but it was effective against us. Obviously, we had 19 turnovers, and that's a credit to their aggressiveness. And when that ball was loose, I felt like we didn't win very many of those loose ball wars. And we tried to do some things on the glass offensively, but just wasn't enough with our turnovers that led to baskets. And really what I thought was the difference in the game, and that's to their credit. He's got a team that's playing hard, and you can tell they're trying to play together.
Heard to say we've got the three-pointer going for Tech. Was that something you had seen coming into the game? Or
if you look at his numbers, he shot quite a bit of threes and a percentage of total shots. It looks like that's where he's comfortable doing it. I told him before the game, we had a miscommunication on his first one. We weren't guarding some guys, to be honest, and he wasn't supposed to be one of them, but they went small, and that's to Josh's credit, did a good job recognizing kind of what we were doing and moved the lineup smaller, and he was out there with that smaller lineup around Lammers, and he hit that first one and nobody was guarding him. And then, anytime a good player like that can kind of see that first one go in without anybody contesting it, and you could tell he fed off of it and played well the rest of the game. But it wasn't our intention, obviously, to leave him open.
Were you surprised they went small ball? They have a pretty formidable front line, but it seemed kind of odd when they came out of the half and went small.
Well, it won them the game, to be honest. We couldn't really guard them because then we had four guys around Lammers and, just taking out of help. We were really trying to help off a couple guys, and we didn't care if they ever shot it. And unfortunately, that was when he went small, then we didn't really have anybody to help off of as much. They did a good job in spacing, and that offense is tough to guard with all those cutters and somebody like Lammers who can drive it and make 15-footers and back you down and make post touches, and then he goes to the free throw line and makes free throws. It's a tough cover. And we tried to go zone there for a segment, and then they made a couple threes out of it. Haywood made another one, and just not enough. But really, I credit their defense because we turned the ball over, and I thought that was the difference in the game. We kept them off the glass. That's something we haven't been doing very well, defensive rebounding. And so that was something I could take away that was positive. We shot it well from three. We just wish we'd have shot more of them.
Any other questions for Coach?
Curious, it did seem like you were able to get some backdoor stuff going, and maybe you didn't, but you didn't probably convert as much as you wanted. Did you feel like there were some opportunities there that you couldn't quite take?
Well, they're top 10 in the country in blocking shots. Right. So, when Lammers wasn't getting them, then Wright got three. So it was they're just hard to score on around the rim. You look at our numbers, we're 5 for 7 from three in the second half, and then we're, for the game, I think we were 10 for 31 from three, so we're right at 30%, but we shot it better from three. You just got to get in the paint and kick it out, but it's tempting because you think you got an angle, and we don't see length like that very often. So you think you can get a layup off, and the next thing you know, it's a block shot, or you think you can do it, then you jump in the air and you realize you're not going to be able to shoot it, and so you try to pass it to somebody you didn't anticipate trying to pass it to. And so hopefully we'll get better from it, but honestly, I felt like we had some plays at the rim that we needed to jump stop and make a little simpler play, and we tried to do too much, and that's to their length and their credit. Their athleticism is good.
Any more questions for Coach?
Woolridge, did he normally have that kind of success getting in the basket, beating his guy off the dribble like that?
Yeah, he's an elite talent, north and south. They're really good at getting into the paint. You look at our numbers. He had 9 assists the other day, but his speed is fantastic. He's a blast to coach. I love coaching him. I think he thought he could maybe sneak a couple of those layups in tonight, and he just got them both blocked. They're pivotal times for us. We had it down, I think it was to 8 with the ball coming down, and I think he thought maybe he could get it by Lammers, and Lammers blocked it. Next thing you know, they go down and get an and one at the other end, and then that's the ball game. So give those guys from Georgia Tech credit for their length. But yeah, he does a good job getting in the paint. He's a really hard. I've coached a lot of good guards, some guys that play in the NBA, and guys that are elite speed, and he's a guy that's got elite speed. So his length at that position is good, but their length at the rim was the difference.